this video, I'm going to show you guys my step-by-step process on how you can turn a $20,000 investment into SUI into $90,000 by what I think the price is going to do once bullish conditions return. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to briefly break down what SUI is, and I say briefly because we made a fundamental analysis, a full deep dive, diving into all things SUI on the Know It Alls channel. The link's in the description. Definitely give that video a watch if you haven't already. I'm going to show you my take profit strategy, and if you stick around to the end, I'll show you my yield farming strategy for SUI on how I would go about accumulating it passively so that I can have more to sell once the bull market returns. All right. Lastly, guys, we did release the world's first crypto themed album. Just type in Crypto Noah on Spotify, Apple Music, all music platforms. And now we have other crypto projects reaching out to us to make songs for them. We made a song for a meme coin project called Bitcoin. Definitely give that project a watch. It'll be launching soon. And we're going to be making some music for SUI as well. So be on the lookout for it. Hey, just kidding. Lastly, none of this is financial advice. These are my own perspectives, research, and opinions, and should be treated as such. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Starting off with, what is SUI? SUI is a layer 1 blockchain right now. At the time of this recording, they're number 20 on CoinGecko in terms of market cap. So it started with the Libra project over at Facebook. Once the SEC shut that down, the development team kind of split apart. Well, Libra named DM. The development team split apart and they formed SUI and Aptos, okay? So SUI is a L1 blockchain and they have their Move programming language, which is supposed to be a safer language, supposed to prevent re-entrancy attacks. We kind of dove into that and how they're doing that in the fundamental deep dive. And they also have parallel processing, so that way it makes the network less congested and it increases the transactions per second. And I just love how SUI is building their communities. I live here in San Francisco. They're always having events, so pretty bullish on SUI. Now let's dive into the take profit strategy. So at the time of this writing, SUI is $2.24. They have a fully diluted valuation of $22.4 billion with a market cap of $7.29 billion. Okay. We already dove into the tokenomics on the fundamental deep dive video, so I'm not going to get into that here. But on this one, we're going to be going off the market cap because a lot of the tokens is going to get released at a later date. So depending on how the tokenomics is structured will determine if I do my price prediction based off the market cap and or the FDV, but I still take both into account. All right, guys, so here's my classic take profit written on paper like you guys always see. I'm expecting SUI to do a 7x in price, which is a 700% gain from the current price. Now, when you set up your take profit, you want to have a conservative estimate and an aggressive estimate and have it set up to where even if it doesn't reach the conservative or even if it exceeds the aggressive, you're still able to make a good amount of profits, okay? So I think SUI can go to a $50 billion market cap once we hit our blow off top conservatively. And I think from an aggressive standpoint, it can hit 75 billion. We've seen Solana do this. We've seen Cardano do this. I think we've seen Polkadot do this. Layer ones always do well because they're the platforms that everything's built on. And even in TradFi, platform investments do really, really well. Facebook, top advertising platform. Google, top search engine platform. Amazon, top e-commerce platform, right? Platforms. SUI's a platform. Ethereum's a platform. Solana's a platform. You get the picture. Right now, the price is $2.24, and we already went over the current market cap at $7.2 billion, okay? So starting off with 20K, my first take profit is gonna be once it does a 3X, okay? Which isn't far from previous all-time highs. That will bring the price to $6.72, okay? And it'll also bring the market cap to $21,886,573,395. My 20K will then be worth 60K, and I'm taking off half, okay? So I'm taking off my principal plus an extra 10K. So now I have 30K in profits. I'm in a risk-free trade, so now it's impossible for me to lose money, okay? So now I still have 30K left. My second take profit is gonna be once it does a 2X, okay? That'll bring the price from $6.72 to $13.44. And it'll bring the market cap from 21.8 billion to 43,773,146,790. With the 2X, my 30K will be worth 60K. And remember, my 50 billion is my conservative estimate, right? So we're getting close to that. So I'm taking off most of my profits here. The more it goes up, the more I'm taking off because it could not hit 50 billion. It could go 45 and that could be the top. So I want to make sure I have some good profits to take off. So I'm 50K profits, boom. Now I have 80K in profits. I still have 10K left. You just turned 20K into 90K. Probably wondering, well, what do I do with the remaining 10K? Well, since we're getting closer to the top, most likely, right? You take those profits, you can yield farm with them, which we show on the channel, and do other things with them. But I'm gonna be taking a 50% profit every time there's a 25% increase, just so I can kind of DCA my way out of the market, right? Just like you dollar cost average in when things are going down, you want to dollar cost average out when things are going up. So now, how would I go about accumulating SUI passively? Well, if we go over to our yield hunter tool, you can see some of the yields. See, this is the top DEX on SUI, right? So this would be the exchange I would be providing liquidity on. I'm not sure what most of these tokens are, but I would provide liquidity for SUI USDC. And right now, you can get an APR of 263%. Which is really, really good, right? So if I come and pull up my SUI chart, you can see it's at a pretty key level of support. It was resistance here, it was resistance here, it was support here. Now it's support again. You know, they say the longer the base, the higher the chase. So I like that it's making the support, and if it could go lower. This is the next level of support. So if I were to set my range, this would be an ideal range here, right? So that way I'm capturing yield if it goes back down to the previous level of support. And I'm also capturing yield if it goes back up to our 62 and this next level of support, which isn't super strong as it was here and here, but it is support nonetheless. Now, if you want to get access to more advanced strategies like our tranching strategy that I teach within our group, and you want to learn how to yield farm like a professional and be able to accumulate your favorite assets at a rapid clip, but also with not too much risk, go ahead and click the link in the description, book a free strategy session. You'll talk to me or one of our coaches. We'll see if our program is a good fit for you. We have a 14-hour yield farming course. You get access to the yield hunter tool that I just showed. Strategy session helps you set up your pools, how to manage them. And then we do calls throughout the week so that, you know, all of our members are just bouncing good ideas off each other so we can all just make money together. If you don't want that, at least click the link in the description and join our free group where you'll at least get my weekly market updates that I don't post on this channel. So with that, I like to conclude this video. Guys, if you got value, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, share with a friend. We're trying to reach 3K followers here. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you who tuned in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and trade safe.